En af mine venner spiller bas. En af mine venner spiller bas. One of my friends plays bass, or the bass. So this is very straightforward. Ikke? En af mine venner. One of my friends. That's pretty much the same in English. Like it's a subset or division or part of. Right? So that is the same as in English. Pretty simple. En af mine venner spiller bas. En af mine venner spiller bas. And you can say it in different ways. Okay, næste. Hvor meget af kagen spiste du? Hvor meget af kagen spiste du? How much of the cake did you eat? So again, it's a part of something. Eh? Pretty straightforward. Hvor meget af kagen? And of course, it's important you say meget and not mange, because mange is like many, eh? So countable. But you have one cake, so it's a part of one thing. Right? Therefore, hvor meget? En stor del af tiden forstår vi ikke noget. En stor del af tiden forstod vi ikke noget. A big part of the time we didn't understand anything. So also pretty similar. En del is of course part. Så en stor del af tiden. A big part of the time. Yeah. And then there's inversion, as I mention in almost every video, because it's so important. Forstod vi ikke noget. We didn't understand anything. The verb forstod coming before the subject, vi. Right? En stor del af tiden forstod vi ikke noget. Okay. Here we have, this is where it starts to get a little bit tricky, because it's not like in English. Barnet blev opdaget af en nabo. Barnet blev opdaget af en nabo. The child was caught or discovered by a neighbor. I wrote both caught and discovered because I was thinking of a scenario where a kid was doing something bad, maybe stealing apples or something. So that's why I said caught. But it could also be positive, like maybe you're a musical talent and then you're discovered by someone. Right? So it could be that as well. Yeah, so the child was caught or discovered by a neighbor. Because in Danish, when you want to say done by, like eaten by or seen by or made by, then you need to use a. Right? So when it's done by someone or by something, then it's a. Blev opdaget af en nabo. It's actually very simple. Okay, now this next one is similar. Dette er en melodi af en tysk komponist. Dette er en melodi af en tysk komponist. This is a melody by a German composer. So again, a is by. You could say in this case, it's not really an action, right? Like it's just, there's a song or melody and it's written or composed by this person, but it's not so active. This is a melody by a German composer. And notice how componist, we put the stress on the ist. Right? Whenever you have a Danish word that ends with ist, you put the stress there at the end, unless you have a reason to suspect it would be somewhere else. Okay. This one. Hvad blev du inspireret af? Hvad blev du inspireret af? What were you inspired by? So again, a meaning by, right? Because you are passive, you are receiver, you're on the receiving end. So whatever's out there, something triggered your inspiration. What is that? Hvad blev du inspireret af? And this can also teach you how to use the passive, right? Hvad blev du inspireret af? Okay. Alright, so this is a little bit different. As you can see, the translation also changes to off. So 2 F's here. Hun faldt af hesten. Hun faldt af hesten. She fell off the horse. That sucks. So that is the same as in English. Right? Faldt af, fell off. Faldt af, fell off, faldt af, fell off. Yeah. Hesten. Can't really say anything about that. It's very straightforward. This one. Jeg tog hatten af. Jeg tog hatten af. I took the hat off. I took off the hat. But in Danish, you have to put a at the end. You cannot say, jeg tog af hatten. Well, you could, but that would be like you pick something from within or inside the hat. That's different. So, jeg tog hatten af. I took the hat off. I took off the hat. Right? When we are taking something off, we're removing it, detaching it. That is a. Yeah, and same one here. Han tog tøjet af. Han tog tøjet af. He took the clothes off. He took off his clothes. Right? However you want to say it. Han tog tøjet af. Very simple. Okay. This is also like in English. Kongen af Norge ryger aldrig. Kongen af Norge ryger aldrig. The king of Norway never smokes. I don't know if you're ever gonna need to say that sentence, but it's here. So, this is the same. Right? Kongen af Norge. The king of Norway. Maybe I could say that, be careful with a word like this. Norge. Right? Don't say Norge or Norge. Right? Like you have to pronounce the G. Norge. Otherwise, you're gonna hear those sirens coming after you. Nah, but yeah, try to do it right. Right? Kongen af Norge ryger aldrig. Alright. This one. Hun er medlem af en hemmelig klub. Hun er medlem af en hemmelig klub. She's a member of a secret club. Yeah. So this is also like, organizations or institutions. When you are enrolled, then you can often say like medlem af, because you're a member of something. Medlem, that's a good word. Hun er medlem af en hemmelig klub. Er du stolt af det, du gjorde? Er du stolt af det, du gjorde? Are you proud of what you did? Now, when I say this out loud, it kind of sounds like we're being skeptical. Like, hey, you messed up. You're proud of that? It doesn't have to be that necessarily, although that is the most common context in which this sentence is used. So, stolt af, proud of. That is the same as in English. Er du stolt af det, du gjorde? Are you proud of what you did? Now, there's a lot of these where it's the same as in English or very similar to English, but that doesn't mean you can just always think that. You can't always assume that, okay, it's the same as in English, because it's not. Right? Sometimes it is, other times it's not. So we always gotta pay attention to that. Alright, let's move on. Jeg er træt af at spille. Jeg er træt af at spille. Tired of playing. And yeah, like playing a game, card game, computer game, sports, anything like that. Træt af, tired of. Right? It's the same. Træt af at spille. Tired of playing. Yeah. This one. Jeg har fået nok af hans undskyldninger. Jeg har fået nok af hans undskyldninger. That's a long word. I've had enough of his excuses. So if you're fed up with something, like, oh, no more of that, I'm done with that, then you can say this. Jeg har fået nok af, and then the thing you're tired of. Right? Because you're just fed up with it. Jeg har fået nok af hans undskyldninger. This one. Du fik hjælp af en gammel mand. Du fik hjælp af en gammel mand. You got help from or by an old man. Now this is interesting because in English you would say got help from.